Welcome to TechNet. And in our latest episode, as you can see, we will be reviewing the Windows 10 tech preview of the new build 9926. As you can see, there's some significant changes here. For one, they finally added Cortana. Tell me a joke.
A grasshopper walks into a bar. The bartender says, "We've got a drink named after you." The grasshopper says, "You've got a drink named Steve?"
So as you can see, it's still a little rough around the edges, as if you ask her to open something, open File Explorer, she'll just Bing search it for some reason. I mean, so still, you know, in its basic stages, but they're working out the bugs for that right now. But as for responsive time, it's pretty decent for the moment. And as you can see, the start menu now has an expanded view, much like the Metro did, except now you have an all apps option, if it loads, there we go, where you can actually scroll through everything. Again, like the Metro, where, you know, you would click down here and, you know, you could see all your apps that were open, letter categorized. It's much the same thing, except they finally brought it into a start menu, which I think is way better. And let's see what else we have. They definitely changed the graphics a little bit. If you look up at the top here, they changed the button styles for opening and closing apps. As for the multitasking, they definitely made it a lot better. It's a lot smoother than it was before. Now, as for this, I'm not sure what all the hell this stuff is for the multitasking view, because I'm pretty sure once this all gets worked out, this will be a second window desktop virtualization when they get it fixed. But for now, it just shows a bunch of random stuff. I'm not sure what that is. But once they get that worked out, that should be good. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have here? They changed some of the File Explorer icons again. As you can see here, they changed the desktop icon, as well as the download one, which I was surprised at. It's always been the same thing. You think they would at least kept the same style arrow, but to each his own. They finally added a pictures icon into it, as well as a documents icon. Now, for some reason, the desktop frequent quick access desktop link is actually broken for this still for some reason, which I sent them a request for that. They also updated the Windows feedback a little bit. For example, if you type in an app will not respond. If you hit new feedback, it now has specific categories you can list it under. Probably mostly for their purposes rather than yours, because their old system you just kind of type in what you thought it was, and you know they have the problem suggestion like usual to screenshot that, and it sends messages a lot quicker than it used to. Let's see, what else do we have? With the Photos app, but I believe this isn't implemented in yet. Ah, it is. Okay. Different photos. Let's see, the Mail app is still a little glitchy. Occasionally, when you try to view it, well, it didn't do it this time, but sometimes these won't be available here for some reason, so it just won't show your messages. Store beta. It's much like the Windows 8 store as soon as it loads in a second. Of course, now it's going to take forever to load. As you can see, it's much the same as the 8 store. A little bit different setup, but it's basically a store, you know, the same thing they always do. They changed the notification icon as well as they added some quick buttons down here. And they made the notification pane go all the way across the top thing, almost like the Charms bar, which they actually got rid of in this build. Finally, I was wondering if they were going to do that. Because I know the quick function wasn't working precisely as it should. But you used to be able to hit the Windows key and C, and that no longer works. They changed the speaker icon. If you're familiar with the tech preview, you know they changed the battery icon to the sideways style. Also, they changed the eco-friendly mode icon for the battery. I actually sent them a request about that, how it was covering the actual battery and you couldn't see how much was left. So they moved it to the bottom right. I still suggested another time that they should move it to the top right, just above the battery icon, so we'll see if they do that or not. All the other apps are basically the same right now. They haven't built any specific models except for the store, and they are indeed getting rid of Internet Explorer to replace it with Spartan. So that's not a rumor. The first time you open Internet Explorer, I would show you, but I've already opened it. It does say that this will be the last Internet Explorer build. The next tech preview will include the beta of Spartan, so that'll be interesting to see. They changed some of the settings real quick. They now have this, and I'm pretty sure this will eventually replace much of the system settings in the control panel. As you can see, this looks a lot nicer than this here. I mean, will it completely replace it? Probably not at first. When they're finished building it though, I have a feeling this will be the new settings board versus the control panel here. I'm thinking all this will just become this, and they've made it a lot smoother, such as, you know, you can get to everything pretty much from here, which is actually a good thing, so I give them props for that. Yeah, like I said, you can pretty much get to everything from here as long as they implement some of these other things that haven't been added to this yet. They have moved some settings around too. You can no longer change your icon preferences for what shows here any longer for some reason. I don't know why they got rid of that. It seemed like a good feature to have right where it was, but I'm not building it, so not my say. As you can see, they also changed just the folder icons. I'm not sure if I like that bright yellow style. It almost looks too flat, so I'm hoping they change that before the final release. Other than that, that's about it. That's the Windows Build 9926 tech preview. And if you've noticed, they've named this one Pro, so I'm thinking this will be the professional version. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.